Welcome to another episode of Know Your SMS with Vikram Upadhyaya, your go-to podcast where we decode the entrepreneurial journey one insight at a time. Today, we're talking about something most startups avoid until it's too late. That's right, succession planning. It's not the most glamorous part of building a business, but trust me, it can make or break your company in the long run. Let's dive in. They say every founder dreams of turning their startup into a world-class organization. But in that pursuit, there's one question that often gets ignored. What happens if you or one of your core leaders have to step away? Why is it that so many startups and even big corporates fail to take succession planning seriously? Sure, it feels like a distant concern when you're busy with product launches and funding rounds. But finding the right successor can take years. And if you get it wrong, it's not just a hiccup. It can shake your startup's very foundation. Just take Infosys, for example. Even with a carefully chosen successor, things didn't quite go to plan, and Narayana Murthy had to step back in. Now imagine that kind of disruption in a startup. One key person leaving could derail everything. Projects stall, morale dips, and chaos creeps in. Startups usually run lean. A flat structure means every person is wearing multiple hats. So if someone critical walks out the door, everyone else suddenly has a lot more on their plate. And while you're busy scrambling for a replacement, important momentum is lost, sometimes for good. That's why startups, especially in their growth phase, must have an internal pipeline of leaders who can step up when the time comes. Succession planning isn't just about replacing people, it's about future-proofing your business. The process starts early. It's about identifying the core strategic roles, defining the skills needed for each, and grooming people internally to take charge when the time comes. But there's one crucial element that gets missed in all this: vision alignment. You see, a new leader might check every box on paper: the experience, the track record, the credentials, but if they don't believe in the mission or gel with your company culture, they could do more harm than good. Shared values and mutual respect between the founder and the successor are non-negotiables. So how do you actually make it happen? Start with a proper risk assessment. Figure out which roles are truly mission critical. Then define exactly what kind of person is needed in those roles. Not just in terms of technical skills, but emotional intelligence, adaptability, and culture fit. Expose these potential leaders to different functions in the company, stretch their limits, and test them in real scenarios. Let them fail, learn, and grow. Think of it like a long-term investment, one that'll pay off when the time is right. You also want to be transparent with your team about career paths and growth opportunities. That's what will help you retain top talent and motivate people to stick around for the long haul. Because here's the truth: succession planning isn't about an emergency backup. It's about building continuity and resilience into the DNA of your business. So the next time you're planning your product roadmap or your next fundraising round, ask yourself this: if your CTO or co-founder walks away tomorrow, do you have someone ready to step in? If not, it's time to start planning. Remember, your startup isn't just about building a great product. It's about building a great company. And that means thinking beyond the present. Succession isn't a threat. It's a sign of maturity. Thanks for tuning in to Know Your SMS. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow founders. And as always, keep building smart and scaling with heart. Catch you in the next episode.